Hello, everybody.
Hey, Penny.
Hi, Penny.
Hey.
Hey, everyone. I am
Hola,
to get
hola.
my internet
Saludos. Hola,
work
hola.
with me today. My goodness.
Hola. Hola.
Babies.
Hola.
Hey, Liz. Hey, Liz.
Diane.
Hey.
Hi.
Oh my goodness. Hi, Brianna. Hi, Brianna Youngson. Hi.
Hey, Diana.
Hi, Emma and Denise. Everyone else, hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Got several people
Hi,
bumping in here, so give it just a minute.
I think I'm related to all the Muñozes because I used to be a Muñoz. That was my maiden name.
That would be amazing.
Now it's cool.
That is super cool.
Do I see Robert's brother, cousin, something on someone's shoulder?
Yeah.
It is.
I'm Liz's sister. I'm Liz's sister. Hi.
Yes, nice to meet you.
Me too.
Oh, listen to her.
So Crystal, I met you at Joel and Jess's wedding in San Luis Obispo.
What? Sorry, I have to move because
I know.
my internet is unstable, but I'm gonna move to better internet. But I love Jess and Joel, little Big Rose Wood. She was my house.
Email or message me. If you have Skype, I have Skype.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't have.
Hi, Diana.
Okay. Yeah.
Hello. Good
Sure, and
morning.
you can always text me.
Oh, okay. My husband will also get your contact. So
Hey, Ruth.
he can also help me.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah. Sure.
All
that's
right, you
perfect.
guys, we just keep climbing. I am loving this. Come on in.
What's his phone number?
Yes.
So I can save it.
626.
Hi, Linda.
How's your day?
Good.
Hi, Brianna Youngsoon.
How's yours?
Good. It was nice. It's short day, so.
Oh, was? You got home at noontime?
¿A qué hora llegamos? Como a las 12 y algo. A la, like 2:30, 2:40. Yeah.
2:40.
Hi, Liz.
30 or 2:40. Because we went to Target.
Mama Liz is on.
So,
Time you get out of school.
hey, Lee.
Oh, Emma, you're here.
I'm here. I made it.
All
Yay.
right.
I thought I saw Ruth. Hi, Linda.
I did see Ruth. Ruth is in here.
Hello.
There you are.
Leer un poquito.
¿Tienes hambre, amor? Are you hungry?
No, not yet.
Ya está la comida.
It's just a class.
Today is not Tuesday.
¿Quién se llama?
Ella es una doctora.
Jane.
¿Doctor?
She's es una
Man,
señora que,
look at those numbers. We're climbing.
and she's using the oils and she's talking about the
I tell you, product education and this tribe are like, woo,
I mean, right?
they love it. And I love it that they love it.
It's so awesome.
Of course, that means more money for you, girl.
That is the game changer. Product education.
I know. We're going to teach you guys all how to use
So the young lady
these amazing products.
Is there any oils we should have on hand that we should be using while you're teaching?
Whatever is going to make you relax and feel fabulous.
I need that. I need
So
Yeah.
that would not be wine. That's what you're telling me.
Hey, you may bring wine, okay? You may bring wine to any of the classes that I host. Typically, I would have a little glass. However, I had an uber stressful last 45 minutes trying to hop on soon because my internet decided it didn't want to work. So, you know, I thought I might skip the wine, so I got water.
Being good to our liver.
Yes, we're going to be good to our liver when under stress. Yes. Hi, Ryan. Got some husbands here. All right, everybody. So we've got a couple co-hosts. Thank you, Abby and Crystal, in advance. And then I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody. Did you want to start and open up, Crystal? Or did you just want me to jump in?
Sorry. I was in the middle of my, I was in the middle. No, thank you guys all for being here. I feel like we have 77 people logging in right here. So
you're muted, Chris. Yep, you're muted, Chris. Okay. There you go.
It will be made available for you guys, the recording. Penny is absolutely amazing. So take your notes. Feel free to ask questions. We are here for you. If you guys are new around here, please reach out to the person that invited you. No doubt they want to help you out to either help you get connected with the supplements that Penny's going to be talking about, or any questions that you guys might have. So thank you all for being here. And Penny, take it away, my dear.
Yes. Oh my goodness. We're going to be talking about my favorite gland, because that's what it is. It is a gland, believe it or not. Rather considered an organ, but it is a gland, one of our favorite gland/organs ever, which is the liver. The liver is part of our digestive system. And what it primarily does is that it extracts nutrients from food. It excretes waste products from the body. Because it goes through excreting and secreting, that's why it's considered a gland. So that's a fun fact for you. And I have a fly who won't leave me alone. So if you see me swatting, you know, that's why. Okay. So the liver is the largest solid organ in the body. It is responsible for over 500 tasks, and we're still learning about it. So, but we do know that there's 500 essential tasks. So we want to make sure that we are extremely kind to our liver. Our liver is responsible for getting nutrients to where we need them to go, helping our bodies to absorb. Our liver can disrupt our microbiome like nobody's business if it is not working functionally, working properly the way it's supposed to. It is the only organ in the body that can regenerate. So that's kind of cool. You can't live without the liver, but you can live with a piece of the liver. And most of us are familiar with how that works. But a very small sliver of the liver can regenerate within just a few weeks. I know that that's kind of cool. Now the liver is about 3.15. I know I'm kind of geeky with these numbers, so forgive me, to 3.66 pounds. So not too big, but heavy enough that if it's flaring up on that right side of your body, it can cause what people might think or consider back pain. It might seem like stomach pain. It might seem like maybe you twisted in the wrong direction a little bit. And some people who have struggled with a pain that no one can figure out for many years can trace it back to the liver. So I help a lot of people with that, where they have this pain that no one can help. And though their liver enzymes are a little bit high, it's not often connected with the inflammation like everything else is. So we do want to keep that in mind. It does get inflamed and it can be a little bit painful. Let's talk a little bit about it, because the liver is kind of in two, it looks like two pieces with this big old vein down the middle. There's a portal vein. That's what brings nutrient-rich blood into the digestive system. And then there's a hepatic artery that carries oxygenated blood from the heart. So if the liver is clogged, or the vessels are clogged, or it's inflamed, it can push against those two arteries, and the vein and the artery, and it can cause a lot of havoc in the body. So what is the number one way? We'll see if anybody's brave enough to answer. What is the number one reason that we have so many liver problems, period, like of all time? Does anybody know the answer? Like what's the number one thing that damages the liver? All right, Mama Liz, go for it.
It's our largest filter.
in our body is what I'm going to say.
Yeah, very good. And Miss Emma, did I see your hand?
Well, I was going to say excess alcohol damages the liver.
Yeah, it does damage your liver. Believe it or not, there's over 100 million people suffering with liver disease, and it is the number one.
Sorry, I couldn't hear what you said.
See, she doesn't even believe it. You hear that? It is the number one largest list for transplants. Most people who need a liver transplant, unfortunately, don't make it to receive that. Guapa, Diana, did I see your hand? Oh, and then she was talking. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I'm in the middle of homeschooling this class. It's crazy. I was going to say that the liver is essential to digest our food. So every day we're eating, so obviously it needs to process all that. So that's super important too.
Mm-hmm. And most people think that it is that it's alcohol, that's the main reason, but Diana hit the nail on the head. It's actually processed food. That is one of the largest reasons why the liver tends to give us the biggest issue, because of all the chemicals that are brought in by that food, and the liver doesn't know what to do with it. So what it does is it tries to kick it back out. Those kind of things get stuck in our fat cells, cause inflammation. They get stuck in other organs, stuff like that, those bad chemicals. That's another class, but that does definitely happen. So alcohol is actually not the largest reason. And when I was, yes, you can keep drinking. Yes. So if you've got your wine friends, go for it. But no, in all seriousness though, anything in excess, even healthy stuff, can affect your liver. One of the pieces of research that I've done over the past few years is on supplementation, because I take all kinds of supplements, right? And that's what I do. I talk about supplements, but you can actually take too many supplements that will harm your liver. You can take too many of the wrong things at one time, even too many good things at one time. So your body has to have a break in there to be able to process everything, whether it's a toxin or it's even something beneficial for your body. So there are many cases where jaundice is caused, and jaundice is actually one of the signs that show you that you're overworking your body, not via alcohol or maybe toxins, but just that your liver has kind of had a what is that word? Yep. There's been some liver damage that has built up over time. It's a C word, but I don't have it. I should have had the wine. Then I would have remembered. So there's a few things. You have a healthy liver that looks fabulous, and it's got this beautiful red color to it. And then you have a cirrhotic liver, which is a cirrhosis. You can have a cystic liver, which is where your liver gets a cyst in it, and that cyst that's unstable can damage. You can have fatty liver, extremely fatty liver, and a hemotype liver. So let's talk a little bit about that. So fatty liver disease or cirrhosis, it's scar tissue that actually replaces the liver cells, and then it goes into a process called fibrosis. Once that happens, it turns into cirrhosis and it cannot be healed. So we definitely want to make sure that we don't get to that place. So hopefully you're getting your liver enzymes checked when you do your blood work throughout your health and wellness journey every year. And the liver, because I believe it was Amy that just put in the chat there that there can be some chronic issues. And one of those things is that our liver is responsible for metabolism. Did you know that? That's crazy town. That is what is responsible for metabolism. It is your liver. So while we're taught to get a lot of sleep, and we're taught to exercise, and we're taught to take energy drinks, or we're taught to do a diet of more protein and less salt, or we're taught to do all these different kind of fatty things so that we can build metabolism in the body. But the number one thing that we can do is make sure that we're taking care of our liver. I think that is that is amazing when I learned that, because I was never taught that. Was anybody taught about that, like in school at all, that metabolism comes from the liver? I know. I know. Ha, give you a minute for that to soak in just a little bit. So we're going to talk about 10 signs of liver damage. I know everybody's very curious to hear about that. So swollen abdomen, jaundice, abdominal pain or tenderness, urine changes, irritated skin, stool changes, nausea, loss of appetite, fluid retention, exhaustion. Along with that come maybe some weird lines in your nail bed that you can't explain, or you're losing hair that you have no idea why. You're maybe a little bit of that malaise feeling where you're just kind of melancholy and don't really have a lot of get up and go to your get up and went. So those things can really damage our whole day. And if prolonged, can really give us a hard time. So what is the best thing to do for the liver? Well, we want to make sure that we treat it with good foods, water. Dehydration is bad. Just looking to see if anybody's paying attention there. Anybody fell asleep? Dehydration is bad. So we need to make sure we're taking water. Your liver definitely needs a lot of minerals as well. And then there's some healthy herbs and definitely some essential oils that can break down even the residue of healthy things left in your liver. To illustrate, have any of you seen a good old-fashioned sifting basket? Yeah? Does anybody want to talk about what that does? Who wants to go? Yes, Celeste, do it, girl.
If it's the flour one that you crank, right? So it breaks down the flour and adds air to it.
Yeah, exactly. What happens if that basket, because it's a mesh thing, right? It's just a little piece of mesh and it has little tiny holes in it. What happens if the basket gets wet and you're trying to sift? Who wants to say? Jamie. Hi, Jamie.
It gets all clogged and nothing really makes its way through those little holes.
Mm-hmm. So if you were to look at your liver, that's what it looks like. It's a mesh net. That's what that looks like. So we see it as this solid, 3 to 4 pound organ, but the skin of it and the insides has that little mesh feeling to it. So that's how easy it can get clogged. So if we add a lot of stuff too fast, now you can understand where inflammation comes from or backup in the liver comes from, all of that kind of stuff. Those symptoms of liver damage, I'll add in the chat in just a little bit for you guys again, or I can repeat them at the end. So one of the best known things for the liver is milk thistle. Milk thistle is an herb that breaks down everything, primarily works with the liver to break down any sort of leftover residue that's there. One of the best essential oils we can use is lemon. Lemon is awesome for the liver. A lot of people know to maybe put a drop or two in some warm water in the morning or some lemon in your water throughout the day, but you can actually use the lemon oil on your VitaFlex points as well for the liver. And we have a product called GLF that is your gallbladder and liver function oil that is awesome. We have a Vitality GLF, and we do have a 15 ml that you can rub on your liver right up underneath your rib cage right there. And you can't really feel it. It was really weird when I was told I could put an oil there. I thought, but the rib cage protects the liver. So that's kind of weird, but it actually does hang down a little bit under that. So you can. And remember that the liver regenerates. So it spreads very quickly. Whatever touches the liver can go through there and help the liver support it pretty easily. Now, the big connection between the gut and the liver, if the liver isn't working properly, then you're not able to get your bacteria in your gut balanced. So what does that look like? Well, that looks like someone who is not able to lose weight no matter what they do. That is the person that is eating salads all the time because they are trying to cut their calories, but they cannot lose weight. That is the tired person that is going to the doctor because they don't understand why nothing is showing up on blood work tests for them. That is the person who is just about this close to giving up, because when you have that kind of issue and you're not able to get nutrients absorbed into your body, a lot of weird things start happening. And that's where losing our hair, we get spots on our skin, we get jaundice. What that looks like, kind of what the start of that is, little brown spots in your eyes a little bit. The nail beds, of course, have those lines down them. If you know, you know. That's all I can say about that, because it just, your nails don't look quite right. I wear acrylics probably on purpose so I don't have to see what's going on with my nails, but no, I'm just kidding. Your toenails can do the same thing. You can get parasite infections very easily if you're not able to take care of your gut. So if you are the type of person that has been having multiple parasite issues, perhaps it could be a link between your gut and your liver as well. Sorry, my dog has a lot to say about that too. So, you know, thought she'd pitch in really quickly. Toxins, pharmaceutical drugs, parasites contribute to liver problems, pesticides, photochemicals, petrochemicals, all of these things really damage. So now we're talking about fragrances. We want to talk about one of the biggest ways that our, they are vertical lines from top to bottom on your nails, guys, to answer that question. Now, if you want to talk about that, acetaminophen, one of the #1 reasons why people have toxic liver syndrome. It's something that people can take every day. They do take every day for headaches, or maybe they're taking the Tylenol PM, which has acetaminophen in it. But that combination, that drug with the liver, really, really horrible. The fragrances that we take in, the fake chemical fragrances, work similarly to that kind of toxin in the body and in the liver. And tissue can get damaged pretty quickly from that one. It's interesting because a study from January 13th, 2011, the FDA announced that products containing acetaminophen cannot contain more than 325 milligrams of acetaminophen. So it's interesting to go to the store and look on the back and look at all of the, you know, the remarks and the warnings and things on the back of bottles like that. And the #1 thing that it says down at the bottom is it says will, not may, cause liver damage. So, and it's one of the #1 drugs bought every day, all the time. I've seen it just fly off the shelves personally in my time. So another thing that can happen is inherited disease. There is an alpha-1 deficiency that is inherited, and that can cause some liver disease. Sorry, I'm looking at the chat. I need to close it down so I can focus, y'all. I'm sorry. Somebody said, oh, it's Liz. She needs a liver transplant. You're welcome, Liz. You know, that is a very rare deficiency, though. It can be inherited, and that can actually be tracked. So unfortunately, what that looks like is a perfectly healthy person who works out and eats wonderfully and is super happy and fine, and, you know, runs those 5K marathons and things that I could only like dream about maybe someday in like 1,000 years from now. But they are yellow and tired and malnourished and super thin and can't gain weight. And the cause of that would be that deficiency in the liver. So if that's happening to you, please see your doctor and tell them that might be inherited and you need to get tested for that. Iron overload is one of the other major issues with liver issues. So we need iron. We absolutely need iron, but you can have way too much iron, and you can have the wrong kind of iron. So plant-based iron, very easily absorbed, and then be able to be assimilated through the body to help build up the body and nourish the body. And there's a mineral-based iron, like a sulfate, a ferrous sulfate, super, super, super scary. It is made for people who cannot digest iron from food. So there is a need for it in some cases, of course. But before your liver gets to that point, you want to make sure that you are taking care of yourself. So we have our Ningxia Red, of course, and then we have our sulfurzyme, which helps to build, and our multigreens that help to build iron levels in the body and cleanse the blood, actually. Multigreens do wonderful things for us. We cleanse the blood. We're able to keep our hemoglobin at a really good count. And plus, those are wonderful sea-based greens. So instead of eating the fish, you're eating what the fish eat. And that, therefore, you are just cutting out the middleman and you're getting those wonderful nutrients. Things that stress the liver would be things like blocked bile ducts. So not carrying bile properly is a huge problem. Bile is what breaks down a lot of the toxins. If the liver can't produce bile or the bile ducts are blocked, the toxins can't get broken down. And they say that that's the #1 reason for cirrhosis. So what happens is that if people have their gallbladder removed, because the gallbladder is responsible for making the bile that we need, you need to make sure you're taking enzymes that have bile in them. Typically ox bile is what you'd want to look for in order to replace the bile that your body needs to break down those toxins and preserve the liver. So if you haven't looked into ox bile, please do so. If you do not have your gallbladder, is one of the most amazing things you can do. Because without the gallbladder, you just can't break down the toxins faster than your body can absorb the nutrients. So you end up with that toxic overload. And, you know, they don't tell you that when they say, oh, it's no big deal, it's your gallbladder, you don't need it. Yes, you do. That's why it was there. So again, that is ox bile. It's OXBILE. Do your research. If you guys do need that, then please DM me later or contact me later, and I can give you a couple places where you can find that, you know, as far as finding those supplements. Diabetes, protein, malnutrition, obesity, and corticosteroid, which comes from your adrenal glands. So too much stress, bad, bad, bad. It is no bueno for anything, and especially the liver. The hormones get all mixed up, cortisol gets released, and it's so toxic to the body, but it's natural in the body. So it does take longer for the liver to break down those kind of toxins, because it takes a minute for the liver to recognize that it's in an amount that's not good. So the liver, like any other organ, is going to process what's most important first. So it's going to see the corticosteroid, it's going to see it, it's going to go, okay, that's normal, we make that, that's good, that's okay, cool. But then it's going to take a minute for it to go, oh, wait, we're producing way too much. I need to stop what I'm doing here, and I need to start paying attention to this. So we want to make sure that we're taking care of our adrenal system, lowering our stress levels. And you guys know I talk about Cortistop like it's my job. It is. And it's fabulous, but it is wonderful. Cortistop, Thyramin. Thyramin has a wonderful greens in it also that help support the thyroid hormone, help keep it functioning regularly. Cortistop works with the adrenal system. It's adaptogen, so it kind of helps you balance out when the stress kind of hits you a little bit. And there are many other things. What can you do if you're having issues with the liver now? That is a fabulous question. So first things first, look at all the supplements that you're taking and make sure that you're taking them at the proper times according to the instructions that are there. Okay, that's huge. Do not overload your system by taking even supplements. So what that looks like, you know, some of us old schoolers, we take a handful of like 12 and like take our supplements. I mean, that was me. I mean, that's what I've done because why not? I'm getting it all into my body, but it won't work. Two things happen. You overload your liver, or your liver is able to process it, but you're not able to absorb it. So if you've ever done the research on that, you can see there's a ton of studies and a lot of research where capsules, full capsules of things have actually been pushed through the body and out into the stool. Partial tablets, things like that. And yeah, they really contribute that to a really bad product because it didn't break down the way it was supposed to in the body. And in some cases, that's very true. I won't name those products, but there are some that you definitely want to stay away from because they do not break down in the body. Young Living uses veggie capsules. We use all natural things that break down very quickly so that the body is able to assimilate those wonderful nutrients and do what it's supposed to do with them. And also it's a natural thing. So it's not going to have that same buildup. But a lot of times if you're using veggie capsules, or even if you're using our supplements or any good form of supplement and you're noticing that you're having that kind of issue, then yeah, it's probably because you're not able to break it down. So your body's just your liver is not going to even deal with it. It's just going to push it out. So remember, the liver's part of the digestion system. So if it can't deal with it, it's just going to push it through. Don't know if that's happening to any of you guys, but that is a serious issue. So make sure that you see me later for that one for sure. And I can give you some really good articles and some good information on that. We carry a product called, if you have talked to me before, you know, the number one thing that I say after you look at all of your products, and we've kind of identified that it's the liver that we haven't ever taken care of, because in a lot of cases, we were never taught to take care of the liver. The liver is supposed to take care of us because that's what it does. It breaks down good, bad, and whatever, right? You know, I'm going to say that cleansing is the number one thing to do next. So we have an awesome cleanse called, well, we have two. We have the cleansing trio and we have the master formula. The cleansing trio is awesome. I just love it. And it actually has a lot of support for your kidneys and for your liver. In that, along with our ICP fiber that helps the colon and the intestines. So it's kind of a gentle full body cleanse that has a lot of herbs and stuff in it. The Comfortone is what it's called. That helps break down a lot of the icky stuff that's in the kidneys and the liver gently too, right? Because you don't want a big old blowout when you're already uncomfortable and you're feeling a lot of these different symptoms and stuff. So you want to be gentle on your body and take care of it. That along with a lot of water as well. And then we have a wonderful product called Juvatone. I love this product. And I know some of you are taking it and you build up. Okay. So all these things that you do. Yes, Liz. Okay, Liz, you want to talk about it? Amy, you want to talk about it? Where'd you go? I saw you. Can you unmute? Where are you? Nope. Is she shaking her head? No, I can't see her. Amy Cox.
Hi.
Okay. Hi. Hi, my friend.
I wasn't going to talk about it. No.
Yes.
But
you
I love it.
Yeah, but you're so fabulous. So tell us about it.
Oh, I don't have much to say. I've just been taking it and I love it. I'm seeing things get back into where they should be. So yes.
Awesome. Thank you, Amy. Yes. Testimonial. Yes. We have 100 people on here. We needed a little bit of testimonial. So thank you, Liz. Go for it, girl. Go, Liz.
Okay. So one thing that I did notice when I took Juvatone, and thankfully, because I've been on Young Living for almost 4 years, I did not have an extreme side effect. However, I would say definitely go into it gently, because you will go through a detoxification. You'll feel kind of fluey or achy sometimes, or you might even have just a headache, just depending on where your body is. So start slow and listen to your body. And about 2 to 3 days, if you guys have ever been to like massage or a chiropractor adjustment and those toxins are moving through your body, that's a similar feeling that you will feel. But don't be afraid. It's just part of the cleansing process. Hi.
Thank you, Liz.
You're welcome.
She has so much good knowledge. All right. So that is actually, Miss Jamie. Go, Jamie. Another testimonial.
So I just wanted to share, I started taking Juvitone a couple of months ago. And the first week that I took it, I just followed the package recommendations, and that probably wasn't the smartest idea. It definitely cleansed me out really quickly. But I noticed like right away the first night, I slept so much better. I could not believe the difference in my sleep. And I eventually started taking it and realized I no longer needed one of the medications I was taking for sleep. And so it's been really awesome. I highly recommend it. It smells horrible. When I open the package, I'm just like, my son and I are always like, oh, the stinky pills, but it works. It works amazing. And for me, I think my biggest thing is I just noticed I was sleeping better. It was like, after talking to Penny, my liver was like, thank you for helping me when I'm sleeping.
Yeah. And the reason that happens is because your liver gets to work when you're sleeping, because it's trying to recuperate. It puts everything on hold, all your toxins, everything you've done that it can't take care of while you're walking around and living throughout your day. And then you go to sleep and it's like, bam, okay, we've got all this stuff we need to process. We need to kick it out. And sometimes we can't sleep. If you guys have ever had your restless leg syndrome, or you've just had that feeling like you need to kind of like kick something or shake something off, a lot of times that's because your body's detoxing, and it's a big issue. I don't know. Maybe I'm just aggressive, but sometimes I feel like in my legs, I just want to like kick something, and I don't know what that feeling was until I learned that it is definitely part of your liver. Go slow, please. Like anything, always. Here's a couple different scenarios. If you are someone who does not have the healthiest diet, okay, no judgment. I'm not where I want to be at this moment in time. So I get it. But you're not exercising, so your blood's not working. You're not oxygenating your cells as much. You're not helping that cell turnover as quickly as you want to. Sometimes the only thing we can control is what we eat. So sometimes you're emotionally stressed and you're like, you know what, forget it. I'm going to In-N-Out. I mean, I live in California. In-N-Out's right there. I mean, who doesn't love In-N-Out? If you're somebody that's into that, listen, you're probably not going to see as quickly the benefit from the cleanse. You're going to need to stretch it out a little bit. That does not mean take more, because you don't want to shock your system that way. Follow the instructions, but it may take you longer to see the benefit. Okay. Now, if you're somebody who eats super healthy, like Jamie has a wonderful diet for the most part, and she does. And so, yeah, that's going to hit her system a lot differently, because there's not a lot to process in that way. So just know your body, similar to what Liz said, and really start low and go high, and don't throw it out because you have something wrong with it. I had one of the people that I did a consultation with this week. She called me and she said, I mean, is this and this and this normal? It is blowing through me. I can't believe this. Everything's blowing through me. She's like, I'm afraid to eat because everything's blowing through me. And so I told her to back down on it a little bit. And sure enough, after about day 3, it was pretty normal and pretty regular for her. So I said, well, when's the last time that you've cleansed your body? And she goes, what do you mean? Okay. Yeah. She's in her 40s. So she had never cleansed her body before. So she just gave her liver an amazing treat. and it was so happy that it just started throwing everything out. So that's a good thing. But talk to somebody, whoever invited you here today, if you are new or you're just wanting some good information, talk to that person. You can always talk to me. Please know that there is not one size fits all for anything, actually, when it comes to the supplement world or the oil world. And the reason that Young Living supplements are so amazing is because they are infused with essential oils. And not just any essential oils, but the best essential oils that you can get worldwide. And that, I can tell you, is a promise. So just do your research a little bit, make sure you're not afraid to ask questions. But now I want to talk about one more very important thing to your liver, and that is the alkalinity. A lot of times this is something that's overlooked. The pH of the blood is very tightly controlled by the body. Okay. So when you have a lot of biochemical changes in your body, even when it comes to hormones or even that time of the month, those of you that are menopausal, those of you who are struggling through that, I'm sorry. I understand, first of all. But yes, you can have headaches, irritability, mood swings, issues with that. That does have to do with the liver. So alkalinity becomes very important to you. And if you don't have proper electrolytes, and not just at the time, but leading up to those type of issues, you're going to struggle more with things like PMS and headaches and bloating and water retention and back pain and moodiness. So you can curb that by taking electrolytes or minerals or something similar to that, which right off the tip of my tongue, we have the mineral essence as well. And then we have the Ningxia that helps with that. And the alkaline, that's what it was. It was the alkaline that helps to balance your pH a little bit. And I'm not saying go run out and buy all these things. Remember, we want to do it in a process. So first you want to take inventory of what you're putting in your body. Then you want to make sure that you're doing a gentle cleanse, and then you're able to support your liver functioning properly and healing. Every single cell in your body turns over and regenerates every 4 months. That's it. So please know, when you start something, especially when you're starting with the liver, when you're starting with the kidneys, when you're starting with the heart, those 3 things that are very difficult, it's going to take 4 months before you see a major benefit, but you can see little benefits right away. So when you're doing the right thing for your liver, quickly, you can see that maybe you have a little more energy and you don't have as much inflammation, water buildup. You're going to notice your bowels work a little bit better. Notice that maybe you don't have that icky nausea feeling every time you eat. If any of you have suffered from that, where it doesn't matter what you eat, but you're nauseous, that's one of the symptoms that can go away really quickly for you, as far as that goes. And then headaches get a lot easier to deal with. I have not had a migraine in, I can't even tell you, so long. And I would get them every single time. I could, right before my cycle. Sorry for you husbands. But that is the truth. Like, it was either before, and then for 6 months it would be right after. It was that big hormone change. Well, that was linked to the liver. That was linked to the alkaline and the pH balance in the liver. It's a big change when you're able to get away from some of those little things that we push past because it's just normal for us. A lot of those little things you can actually contribute to being your liver. Let's see. How are we doing with the chat, guys? I just looked down and saw like 80 messages. Any issues or questions so far? Yes. So, when your body is a little bit weak or detoxing, also, please keep in mind that any stress is bad. So a little bit of light walking, stretching, etc. Don't overstress your body. A little bit of weight work is okay as well, but you want to try to avoid hard workouts, circuit training, things like that, because it can be particularly difficult on the liver. And honestly, on your emotions, because when you're detoxing the liver, you're now pushing all those toxins through your digestive system. And now you're going into your stomach, your intestines, your colon, and a lot of your immune system is made there. And also a large part of your serotonin is made there. And that's our happy drug for our brain. So you can be a little bit emotional at that time too, but it's okay. It's a normal thing. And trust me, you can call any of us and we'll vent with you. It's okay. All right. So I don't have a lot more, you guys. That's it. There's a whole lot more, but I wanted to leave a little bit of time for Q&A. And then also this is a beginner class, or not really a beginner class, but this is kind of the ABCs. So when we put this like 6 months together, the 6-part series, we wanted to make sure that we were just talking about some of the basic stuff and not digging too deeply into it. So if you need, have questions and stuff, feel free to ask them now. I'm going to turn it kind of over to Crystal for that. Is that okay, Kay? You're good?
Yeah, sorry. I was just trying to mute someone real quick.
Cool.
There are a couple questions that people have asked. I think is everybody on board? Like either like some type of, is everybody on board for like a team cleanse?
Yes.
Reactions. Like if you're on board, if you're excited about it, then do like a party sign, a thumbs up, a clapping. I'm pretty sure I messaged her. I'll see if she gets back to me before the end of this, but I think Lisa Lopez is heading up a ICP challenge. So I'm trying to figure out if it's a daily or what is it that she's doing. She said that she was going to be doing it September. So I think it's the first 2 weeks in September. She was doing a little like very simple, just team challenge. So keep your eyes open for that. Penny, someone did ask a question. What was the list for healing the liver to heal hormonal migraines again? Mineral essence, alkaline, Juvitone, and what?
Really, that's it. If you were going to do anything else, I would say do a tea. Drink teas like a dandelion tea or a milk thistle tea. You can also nope, that's for kidneys. I'm processing through my head. But you really don't want to overload your system way too much at that time, especially if it's migraines.
Okay. I also have a question. Is it okay to take Detoxime and ICP?
Yes, but they're counterintuitive. Detoxime is one of the enzymes that it's very, very strong, actually works kind of like a cleanse. If you're doing the ICP, it's a little bit more fibrous and it's supposed to go slowly. The fiber is supposed to go a little more slowly through your system so that it's actually pulling from the walls a lot of that bad bacteria. So keep that in mind. If you're trying to blow it out a little faster, you might need to take half of your ICP if that's the issue, because sometimes we take fiber, some of us take fiber and it's worse and you just feel like it's stuck in there forever. And it's a very difficult thing. So you might want to change the type of fiber you're using. I know ICP Daily is a little bit more gentle and also has an inulin fiber in it as well, which comes from vegetables. The ICP fiber that comes with the cleansing trio kit, you can just take less. Honestly, for most of our supplements, they're so potent and strong, you can literally take less of them and you can spread it out. So especially if you're working on something very specific in your system, keep that in mind. And then I would just recommend, please put it in the refrigerator. It's because those are live goodies there.
Excellent. Thank you. I also want to share, Penny, you are amazing. Thank you. Thank you, Penny. Excellent presentation. I am so grateful you share your knowledge, Penny. Fantastic
thanks, guys.
class,
Oh,
Penny. Thank you. Very educational. Love the information. All the fun stuff. Yes, we're all on board for a cleanse. Let's do it. Sounds great. Lots of support.
So if we're doing a cleanse, you guys want to put this on your list. You want to put the Juva cleanse on your list. So especially if you have a hard time with fiber, Juva cleanse will help you with that versus the detoxyzyme. The detoxyzyme will actually break down some of the fibers because of the enzymes and make it a little less potent also. So make sure you get the Juva cleanse. Now, Juva cleanse is so strong. I repeat, Juva cleanse is so strong. If you have never used Juva cleanse, please be careful. Ultra dilute it. Do not use it neat. It is very, very strong. If you have never cleansed your body, be very, very careful. I had a party once. I know, as awkward as it sounds, it was a cleansing party. So we had, we were making cleansing rollers.
Did you hire like extra porta johns, Penny?
I mean, no, I just sent them home. Like, okay, good luck to you. And thank your husbands. But this friend made a Juva cleanse roller. It was 10 mil, 10 drops of Juva cleanse, and the rest with a carrier oil, right? And I told her, literally put it on one spot on your body, put it on the liver. You could put it on the Vitaflex point. Well, she did that. She went home. She said nothing happened. So she got up in the morning and she rubbed that bad boy everywhere. She could not get out of bed for a week. Because Juva cleanse is not meant to go everywhere. So she shocked her whole entire body, completely overloaded her liver because toxins of all kinds were coming out, good, bad, and ugly. And for a week, she could not move. Okay. She was just like, I told you to be careful, right? So I am just telling all of you, please know yourself. And if you are sensitive, then I would say 10 milliliter bottle, 5 drops of Juva cleanse, and apply it one spot on your body a day and let it do its thing. I recommend over the liver, but if you're using GLF, and the thing is you guys can use more oils, right, than you can actual supplements. So keep that in mind. You just want to make sure you don't use all the oils at once. So give it a good 3 to 4 hours and it'll help. You'll be able to turn over that. So it gets processed pretty quickly. The oils, I would say, Liz, I actually want to put you on the spot again. With oils, maybe 2 hours, I think 2 to 3 hours when you're doing something like the GLF, or do you suggest maybe 4?
I would say if you're sensitive, definitely 4.
Yeah, definitely 4. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Otherwise, they say between 45 minutes to 3 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So with the oils, I would definitely keep that advice in mind.
So, ladies, gentlemen, you have been warned. You have been educated. Yes. Use at your own risk.
Yes. Don't come after me. I told you.
Just so everybody knows, this recording, Penny, it'll be on your
it's on my iCloud, yeah. So
yeah, YouTube page, right?
Yeah, it'll be on YouTube. Yep.
All right, YouTube page. It'll also be in Oak Tribe Brand Partners if you're a brand partner. So it'll be available for you guys to share. Another question, can you get rid of gallstones with any of the products?
It depends on why you have the gallstones. That is a loaded question. So that is a consult question.
All right. So Penny, she is the person you'll want to reach out, and she gives consults.
Yep.
Is Juva Flex the same?
No, it is not the same. JuvaFlex is a little bit different. I'm not uber familiar with JuvaFlex, so if anyone is and would like to talk about it, feel free. That is I am the sups girl, but the oils I'm still a little green on. Nope, so far no. Yeah, okay.
We'll do some digging and research
We'll
on
do some digging on that one, yes, but no, they are not the same. The JuvaFlex, send me a message and then we can chat a little bit about that. I can do some research for you on that.
Another question. I have Cleansing Trio. Isn't that good for cleansing?
Oh, you have the Cleansing Trio. Yeah, that's perfect. It's wonderful. The Cleansing Trio is like my favorite.
We have, okay, again, we addressed Juva Cleanse and Juva Flex oils. They're different. Penny, your skin is beautiful. Ever do a class on skin? You are glowing, just so you know. Like, I second that. You are so beautiful, glowing. You are on fire today.
What? Thank you so much. I feel the worst ever, you guys. I'm like super tired. I have babies. Bunny's having babies right now. And so I've got all these mini baby bunnies, and I had one mom that wasn't feeding, and it has just been crazy on the farm. So today I felt so bad. You guys have made me feel so much better. I was like, I'm not bringing my norm today. So thank you. It's so wonderful being here with you guys.
Well, we love you guys.
Yep.
We love you, Penny. We love everybody here. We had over 100 people. Over 100 people join. So you guys, that's super exciting. We hope and continue that all of these classes are super beneficial. Obviously it is, because you guys are showing up, like taking notes, wanting the recording. And again, Penny, I can't thank you enough for doing these classes. I think these have been the most valuable classes that we have showed. Every class that we do is very important, but it's targeted on supplements, which I think every single person can benefit from. So thank you so much, Penny, for all of this.
My pleasure. I'm glad to add to the team.
We appreciate it. Does anybody else want to unmute, or is there anything else that you wanted to mention, Penny?
No. Just know that I do consults. Oak Tribe is free. So I do free consults for Oak Tribe. And then I do, that's just a 20 to 30 minute consult, just so you know. And then I take into account all of those in my tribe. I do charge typically for wellness plans and stuff, but very flexible in working with you. But I just love to be able to take some time to get to know you guys. And, you know, this is me all the time, by the way, except for I might have my hair in a bun and no makeup or lashes, but you know, this is it. So you'll have this kind of energy when we chat, and I'll be able to dig in a little bit more to what you're going through personally. And there's a lot of things in your history, in your life, in your past that contribute to your health and where you are now. So it does take a little bit of time to get there, but you can get there. I believe it. Give yourself time.
Penny, real quick, I did want to mention, so we have a couple visitors from the Simple Tribe, from Mod Squad. Do you mind putting in I know, super exciting. Do you mind putting in your Instagram handle or a way that they can contact you for a consult or any more reaching out? Do you mind just dropping it in there so that everybody has access to it? Also, welcome friends for joining. We appreciate it. We love the support. Honestly, there's so much cross-line teams that are here, and we value it and appreciate you guys all coming and showing the support as well. Yeah. And I think you have Sophie and Liz that have questions.
Sure. All right, I'm going to talk to Miss Sophie first. I'm sure Liz has got a doozy for me. All right. Go ahead, Miss Sophie. Go ahead and unmute yourself, my darling, and then we can all hear you.
Well, hi, I'm from Melbourne, Australia. How are you going?
Good. Nice to meet you.
You too. I just have a question. I've been diagnosed that I've got hemangiomas in my liver, which is, the tangle of blood vessels. And I've got about 3 or 4 in my liver. They say there's no treatment or anything that you can do for it. what do you suggest?
Do you have a lot of pain?
Is there something that can be done for it?
Do you have a lot of pain right now?
No, no pain. I used to, before it was diagnosed, and this is the funny thing, I had a pushing sensation under my rib. And I said to my doctor, there's something. I said, it feels like that I'm pregnant and a baby's pushing up around that area. And so she sent me for the CT scans and what have you, the dye. And that's what they found in my liver. And at the moment, they're just monitoring it. So every year, just going for a CT scan and just checking whether they're growing or they stayed the same. So is there something that I can do to either shrink them or get rid of them that you know of?
Unfortunately, no, but as long as you are keeping your liver from being inflamed and making sure that you're taking a lot of good, healthy green supplements, chlorophyll, keep your blood clean. It should be keeping you from a lot of the complications and pain and things like that. So it's the best thing that you can do. You know, you can be okay with that. Like that's actually a pretty common thing. And you're going to do just fine as long as you take care of yourself. But that is such a hard diagnosis. I'm so happy to hear that they were able to diagnose that.
Yeah. So chlorophyll would be a good one.
Chlorophyll is a wonderful, yeah, absolutely. Our multi-greens have that in there. Yes, and it is a powder form. So, you can always put that into something different also if you don't want to do the capsule, because it does tax some livers. The capsules do a little bit. So that's something to consider. But yeah, chlorophyll is wonderful.
So through Young Living, I can get this in a powder form. Is that what you're saying?
The multi-greens, yeah. You can get multi-greens. You can also take, which we don't have with Young Living, but there's a milk thistle extract, and that will help definitely. And I would stick to liquids and sublinguals as far as even vitamins and things go.
Yeah, my son takes the milk thistle because he's got bilirubin through the liver, and he's looking really good because he just takes it every day. Yeah.
If you haven't tried our Ningxia, if you haven't tried the Ningxia, that is like going to be your go-to supplement for sure.
We take that every day as well.
Yes, that's why you're glowing. I love it. Nice.
I don't think it's about glowing. It's just the light.
You are.
Yeah.
All right, Miss Liz, hit me. Oh, thank you, Sophie. Where'd she go?
I'm right here.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm actually right next to you, but
on
the Juva cleanse.
Yes.
Would you say that's every 2 weeks, similar to Thieves? We let it get into the system, take a break. Would that be something that would be for anybody who just needs liver support, that they can do the 2 weeks, take 2 weeks off, get on 2 weeks?
So if you're sensitive to it, I would say 3 days. Pull off for a week, 3 days. Maybe increase via day, pull off for a week, and then increase it again. If you're not sensitive to it, I would still say maybe 10 days. Because when you're using something so powerful like that, and once the cleansing is done and you continue to do that, now you're kind of shocking. Your liver's now looking for something wrong. And if you suffer from autoimmune disorders and things like that, it can be a big problem, because then your liver can be inflamed actually from that. And then your body can kick into high gear and, start attacking your liver. So be very careful with any cleansing, but especially with essential oils. But I would definitely say 3 days if you're sensitive, and I'd still only say 7 to 10 days.
Okay, so that would be more of similar to cleansing and fasting. Once or twice a year, like they say, do your spring cleaning and get ready for, winter type thing.
Yeah, for me, Juva cleanse is maybe 3 times a year, maybe every 4 or 5 months. Yeah, it's strong enough. It's once I start to feel sluggish, because I don't have a lapse in energy. So when I have like a lapse in energy and I just feel kind of swollen and tired, and then I can look at maybe some of my diet hasn't been super healthy. When I start not sleeping, I know I've got to work on my liver a little bit, and the Juva cleanse is my go-to for that.
Awesome. That'll be on my next order. Thank you, Penny.
Thank you, Liz. Whew. All right. Oh my gosh, you guys are awesome. I see so many wonderful faces. Familiar and new, welcome. All right, Kay, I think that's it, huh? Yeah?
Yeah, I think that's it. Thank you guys for joining.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. So nice to meet all of you new ones, and I look forward to talking with you guys if you need me.
Thank you, Penny.
Thanks
so much,
Penny.
Thank you for all the info.
Thank you.
This was fantastic. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Night.
Good night, everybody.
Daisel. Hi, Daisel.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Good night. Good night and good day.
Hi, Tracy. I see you up there. Hey, girl.
Hey, I just connected. We had to do our family worship because we have meeting tomorrow. So I'm gonna have to catch the recording. I look forward to hearing it. But I wanted to see your face.
Too. Good to see your face too. I'm headed to mine, hence the wine glass full of water.
Wow. You're a good girl. Love you.
See you guys.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you, Penny.
Thank you. Hello, Yuri.
Hi, Penny.
Hi, Annie.